Have you ever been swept off your feet by someone's dazzling personality, only to discover later that you're caught in a maze of emotional manipulation? This may be a classic case of experiencing love with a narcissist, a term derived from Narcissistic Personality Disorder, (NPD). Imagine a person who thinks they're the sun around which all planets revolve, or someone who expects applause for every small accomplishment, showing a lack of empathy for others. This is the narcissist for you. When you're attracted to a narcissist, it's like being drawn to a charismatic superstar. Consider John, a man who praises you excessively, making you feel like the most important person in the world. But as time goes on, cracks start to appear. John might expect you to always prioritize his needs, dismissing your own. As we journey through this topic, our video will help you identify these red flags and navigate the complex world of narcissistic love. Number 1. High sensitivity to criticism. If your partner resembles a prickly hedgehog at the slightest hint of constructive feedback, they might be showcasing a narcissistic trait. For example, if you casually mention they were hogging the conversation during dinner, their reaction could be out of proportion, ranging from a sudden burst of anger to a cold shoulder for the rest of the evening. This prickliness is rooted in their inflated self-worth, where they feel the world should revolve around them. So, when faced with criticism, they see it as a personal attack rather than a scope for improvement. This narcissistic tendency might lead to manipulative behavior like guilt-tripping you into an apology for your hurtful comment. If you constantly feel like you're tiptoeing around your partner's ego, it could hint towards a narcissistic personality. Number 2, they devalue and discard their partners. Narcissists often follow a pattern in relationships resembling a roller coaster ride. Imagine a new romantic relationship where your partner treats you like royalty, filling your days with compliments and gifts. This represents the idealization phase. But as time passes, the same partner starts nitpicking your behaviors, criticizing your appearance or your choices. This is the devaluation phase. It can be likened to a boss who once praised your efforts, but is now constantly finding faults in your work. In the end, the narcissist may abruptly end the relationship, much like a company laying off an employee without a clear reason, when they feel the partner isn't fulfilling their needs anymore. This is the discard phase. This cycle can be extremely harmful and confusing, as it can chip away at the victim's self-esteem and leave them perpetually trying to regain the narcissist's affection. Number 3, they have unrealistic expectations. Unmistakable sign of narcissistic love is when an individual constantly sets unrealistically high expectations for their partner. Imagine a partner who always insists on being picked up from work at a specific time, regardless of the other's schedule or commitments. This kind of person might also disregard their partner's needs or wishes, treating them unfairly, somewhat like a servant whose only purpose is to fulfill their desires. This behavior is toxic and can lead to psychological harm to their partner. It is essential to recognize this damaging behavior and safeguard yourself against becoming trapped in a narcissistic relationship. Number 4, they are possessive and controlling. In relationships, the behavior of a narcissist can often be compared to a puppeteer pulling the strings. For example, a situation where one partner continuously manipulates the other's social life, subtly persuading them to distance themselves from close friends and family. They could exercise control over every decision, from trivial choices like what to have for dinner to significant ones like where to live. They might even monitor their partner's every move, always needing to know their whereabouts and activities. This level of control and possessiveness, akin to a puppeteer controlling a puppet, stems from their deep-rooted need for power and control. This extreme behavior can be claustrophobic and detrimental to the other person's mental health. Number 5, they lack empathy. Empathy is a crucial component of healthy relationships, but it is often lacking in those with narcissistic personality disorder. Narcissists have difficulty understanding and caring about the feelings of others, as their focus is primarily on themselves. They may struggle to validate their partner's emotions or take responsibility for their actions that have caused harm. This lack of empathy can lead to a toxic cycle of emotional abuse, where the victim's needs are constantly ignored and dismissed. Number 6. They lack accountability. How do you feel when your partner forgets an important date like a birthday or anniversary? Instead of apologizing and making amends, they might blame you for not reminding them or even accuse them of expecting too much. This tendency to evade responsibility and shift blame is a hallmark of narcissism. They react defensively to criticism, often turning the tables to make it seem like it's the other person's fault. Consequently, communication becomes a tug-of-war, and resolving disagreements feels nearly impossible, as the narcissist is unwilling to acknowledge their mistakes or contribute to finding a solution. Being in love with a narcissist can have a negative impact on your mental and emotional health. You may feel like you are walking on eggshells, trying to please them and avoid their wrath. You may also blame yourself for their behavior and believe that you are the problem or that you can change them. If you are in love with a narcissist, it is important to seek help and support from a professional therapist, a trusted friend, or a support group. You may also need to set boundaries, limit contact, or end the relationship with the narcissist, depending on your situation. Remember that you are not alone and that you deserve to be loved and respected for who you are. Thank you for tuning in to this video. And if you found it helpful and would like to see more content like this, please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. Your support means a lot to us. Until next time, keep fostering self-love and setting healthy boundaries in your relationships.